Welcome back to another episode of Big Movie Mouth Off. We are here still in the Big Movie Mouth Off studios. We got a picture now. Check it out. Wife hung it up. I couldn't do it.
Hollywood.
I'm Jimmy Martin, your host. Also, you can find me on KUTV every Saturday and Sunday morning, or on KUTV.com. That's where you can find me. And well, you're back.
Can't get rid of me. Jeff counts. I've been on the show quite a few times now. Probably my byline, if it read anything, would be Big Movie Mouth Off.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll change it.
Glad to be back.
Probably won't. All right, you can find Big Movie Mouth Off on Xfinity Channel 6 every single day at 6:30 p.m. Also on the on-demand system, it's Utah On Demand, movies and film, right there. All our episodes are there, celebrity interviews and all that kind of stuff. This episode, Big Movie Mouth Off, is sponsored by Cinemark. We actually just, as we record this, we just got to go check out the new Sugarhouse Cinemark 10 theaters. It's brand new, it's open.
It looks great.
It looks really cool. And in the middle of this episode, I'll take you there. We shot some footage out there, did a little intro, got to, I'll take you inside.
Got to sit in the chairs.
Ooh, luxury chairs. You'll see it in the middle of this episode. And in this episode, we're going to be reviewing, later down the road, we'll review Chappie. But we're going to start this episode with reviewing Unfinished Business.
Yes.
All right, let's take a look at the clip, and then we'll talk about Unfinished Business.
7 with service to Portland, Maine. In preparation for takeoff, all carry-on items should be placed in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you.
I've never been upgraded.
That's all right.
Like 12 years. So.
That's cool.
Because I'd like ordinarily to give you my seat, like this guy did. But I can't honor you on this flight because I have to finish some important presentation prep on some cap-down brokerage recaps that just need some tweaking. But I appreciate you. Thank you. It is an honor to sit in front of you. So much. Okay, please. I'd like you to have the seat.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready for this one?
Yes. Been thinking about it.
So the story is Vince Vaughn has decided to leave his more corporate gig.
Yes.
And instead he's going to start his own company. And along for the ride are Tom Wilkinson and Dave Franco.
Yes.
Sienna Miller plays his old boss. James Marsden is a guy he's trying to make this unfinished business. Completed with the handshake.
Yes.
Everybody needs to get the handshake to make this deal a possibility. If he doesn't get it, he's kind of screwed financially, all that kind of stuff.
The movie should have been called Handshake. They say that word 500 times.
It's a drinking game if you want to play.
No doubt about it. Handshake.
And so where he thinks the deal's done, they have to end up going to Berlin.
Yeah.
And flying across and running amok.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with this film.
Only one thing.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things.
Okay.
Boring.
Yep.
Boring is all. I mean, I was sitting there, this is an R-rated comedy.
Yeah.
What is the problem? I was sitting there going, I haven't laughed in 45 minutes.
I might have chuckled once or twice.
Through the whole thing.
But there's just nothing about it that's genuinely funny.
No.
It's the flattest, laziest thing I've seen in a long time. I mean, Tom Wilkinson's character is named Tim.
Yeah.
That's how lazy they are in this movie. I mean, what happened to Vince Vaughn, Jimmy? The guy just doesn't even register anymore. It's just not real.
He's pulling an Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
I think he just doesn't care anymore.
Maybe even
Except
worse.
I think Adam Sandler's movies make money.
Right.
Whereas Vince Vaughn's, I'm not sure.
This shouldn't make $5.
No, it's awful. It's boring. And then they try to go real raunchy and like gratuitous nudity.
But only a couple of times.
Yeah.
You can't tell if it's like a Family Guy getting stuck in a hard spot, if it's a David versus Goliath thing, if it's a raunchy road movie. They try like 10 things and fail miserably at all of them.
Yeah,
it's a mess.
I don't think it knows at all what it wants to be.
No.
I think it's, and everything that it tries to be is wrong.
Yeah, and they don't even try that hard. I mean, it's more pathetic than bad.
There's a scene where they're about to hit like a deer in the middle of the road on the Autobahn.
Yeah.
And he's like, swerve, I'm going to hit this deer.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I can't brake because, we're going 100 miles an hour. And they argue about it for like 7 seconds. And I'm like, you could have braked.
Yeah.
It's like that's your plot point?
Tons of time.
Yeah.
Tons of time.
It's so boring.
It's really, really lazy.
Yeah. There was nothing I liked about it.
No.
There's nothing original about it.
No.
There's nothing none of the guys even want to cheer for. Like they're all kind of jerks,
no,
you know?
Absolutely.
Especially Tom Wilkinson's character, he's just like, I just want to get divorced from my wife.
And what's with the whole bullying PSA that they're mixing into it?
Right?
I mean, he's got his kids getting bullied, but they're also sort of making his experience a metaphor for bullying.
I don't know.
It was just so lame.
Yeah, there's nothing to root for.
Nope.
Nothing to cheer for. Nothing.
Nope.
And I'm sorry, I have to give it 0 stars.
I'm
0.
I have to give it 0 as well.
Yeah.
We don't do that very often.
No, I don't. And usually when I usually do it, it's either Michael Bay or Adam Sandler.
Right. And you're usually like mad about it, but I can't even think of anything to be mad about. It just wasn't interesting enough to be mad.
Like I almost have to like struggle to, I mean, we just saw this last night.
Yeah.
And I'm almost forgotten the entire movie.
Right.
You know, that's how memorable this thing is.
Yep.
There's nothing about this film that I would ever want to see again. Don't spend your money on this. I don't know what happened to Vince Vaughn, but something happened. And
you can't even fall asleep. It's too confusing for that.
well, that's not true because one of the critics did fall asleep. So
Thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah. That was the highlight of the evening.
I think that was the funniest part of the whole experience.
No question.
So,
By a factor of 10.
yeah,
No question.
that's what some of them do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, sorry, 0 stars from both of us for Unfinished Business. You can't go any lower.
No.
Can't go any lower than that.
No.
Actually, you know what? That's a lie. Shannon went negative one time. So that's it. That's Unfinished Business. Coming up next, we are going to take you to Sugarhouse Cinema 10, and then when we get back, we are going to review Neil Blomkamp's Chappie. See you then.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
What are you doing in here?
I'm having a nervous breakdown.
That's the kind of a look a man gives when he's afraid somebody might be watching him.
I am big. It's the picture that got small.
Hey, welcome back to Big Movie Mouth Off. We are actually in our sponsor, Cinemark's new theater, the Sugarhouse 10 Theater at 2227 South Highland Drive, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84106. It's my neighborhood, so I know it really well. And it's not a dollar theater anymore. It's not. It's actually a luxury theater, luxury seating, and you got delicious popcorn and soda and all that fun stuff that comes along with the theater experience. But yeah, first run. So when the movies come out on the Friday or Thursday midnight sometimes, they're gonna get them that day. It's no more waiting for 2 months. You know, I remember when it was a dollar theater. Sundance actually was here one time. But not anymore. It's a whole different experience here at Sugarhouse. The whole neighborhood's changing. And you know what, Cinemark, we're glad to have you. And we're glad to have you as a sponsor. But be sure to come down again to 2227 South Highland Drive, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84106. I'm excited. This place looks amazing. I'm gonna go sit in one of those big fluffy chairs and go watch a movie. So join me and join Cinemark anytime you want to see a movie. Sugarhouse Cinema 10.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
What are you doing in here?
I'm having a nervous breakdown.
That's the kind of a look a man gives when he's afraid somebody might be watching him.
I am big. It's the pictures that got small.
Welcome back to Big Movie Mouth Off. Now, I love that theater. I'm sorry, that theater is amazing. Be sure to check out Cinemark Cinema 10. 10 screens.
Yeah.
First, it's a first run theater, so no more dollar theater and old films. But
I'll go to see everything there.
check it out, them.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for this one?
I am excited about this.
All right, we're going to review Neil Blomkamp's Chappie. First, let's take a look at it, and then we'll come right back.
Chappie, if you want to be in the gang, you have to be cool like Daddy. Look at Daddy walk. Look how cool he is. You need to keep a gangster.
Need to keep a gangster.
Yeah, you need to be cool.
Don't laugh, I'm being cool.
Oh, cool. Even when you put a gun, you have to be cool like this. Boom! And you try.
No, I can't shoot people.
What?
I can't shoot them, they didn't do anything to me.
How are you gonna do the heist with us if you don't shoot people?
I can't do a heist. Heist is a crime. I promised.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, let's worry about that later, okay? I got this, all right? You, if somebody really disrespects you, you can deal with them without using a gun.
What is it, Daddy?
Real gangsters use this.
Okay, here's my thing with Chappie. The story is, Dev Patel, who everybody knows as Slumdog Millionaire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's developed. It's not the too distant future, about 2016, I believe, and he's developed this robotic army for Johannesburg. It kind of supports police officers. They're still human cops, but they need help. And so,
by the way, can we stipulate now that Neil Blomkamp has lost all hope for Johannesburg?
Right. So
he thinks that place is going to hell in about 5 years.
Exactly.
Every movie he makes. But please continue.
Sure. So the story is that he's been working on developing a program that can give robotics consciousness.
Yeah, true AI.
Yeah. And so a unit gets about to be crushed, dismantled, and he steals it and uploads his program, and we get Chappie.
Right.
And it's a robot who needs to learn just like a child, but at a much faster rate.
Right.
And so then, what do you call it? But then he's kind of hijacked, I'd say, by a group of punk criminals.
Yeah.
And they want to teach their way of life
Yeah.
to Chappie because he's strong. He can kind of get away with things. They can help him doing a heist because they owe a crime lord $20 million.
$20 million, yeah.
So that's kind of the story. And then on the sidelines you've got Hugh Jackman who has his own kind of device called the Moose.
Yeah.
This huge, kind of like, remember Ed 209?
Yeah.
That's what I always say from RoboCop.
Yeah.
And so he's not happy that the Dev Patel's robots are beating him in the race.
He's losing funding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then kind of all hell breaks loose.
Yes, it does.
So here's the first thing I want to say about this film. I love Neil Blomkamp.
Yep.
Love him.
Yeah.
When I look at a director and you can look at 3 frames of their film and you go, that's Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah.
That's Wes Anderson. That's Martin Scorsese. Like, I know that. That's what I love about a filmmaker who
Yeah.
doesn't just make, I'd say things like Unfinished Business,
Right.
where it's anybody could have made that film because no one really cared to try. Blomkamp, on the other hand, and I love it. He comes out with these like art books too for everything he makes.
Yeah.
And they're spectacular, and his vision is so cool. And like the fact that now he's gonna make an Aliens film,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
losing my mind.
Yeah. Talk about a big risk, but
Yeah.
I trust him completely
Sure.
because this guy has a vision and he's true to it. He never wavers.
Yeah.
The movie's consistent in tone all the way from beginning to end, visual tone I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it really is a transportive experience when you see one of his movies.
Yeah.
I love that about his
And
stuff.
for this one, Chappie's it's a motion cap performance by, sometimes I say it wrong, Charlton Copley.
Yeah.
And because he was in District 9 of
Right.
Blomkamp, he was in Elysium.
Yeah.
Great performance.
Fantastic.
I mean, this is a guy who had to give a performance to, starts off as a child,
Yeah.
not a child, an infant,
Yeah.
and then grows progressively to a bratty teenager who doesn't want to, to someone who questions their own mortality,
Yeah.
And it's good. And like, I'm not going to try to ruin anything about this film at all, but the last 30 minutes are mind-blowing.
Incredible. And you talked about the story of the movie, which you laid out perfectly well, but the movie is about Chappie.
Yeah.
It's about this journey from innocence to something approximating adulthood in the space of about 4 days.
4 days.
And it's about all the humans that surround him seeing amazing potential in him. I mean, imagine if they saw this in their actual kids.
Sure,
you know?
right.
But they see this amazing potential, and some of them try to corrupt him, some of them try to make him good, some of them try to abuse him.
Yeah.
They do abuse him, but through it all, there's this purity. I mean, he can't be corrupted.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about why I love this movie, because so many people didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the hate in it. I don't. Visually, it's stunning.
Stunning, and the performance is fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
and the central theme of this uncorruptible, pure being that sort of shames all the humans around him into being like that as well.
Sure.
That worked for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see taking apart this movie into its little components and saying, it's a little over the top, and the other character is a little silly, and we've seen this before in other movies.
Yeah.
But as a whole, as an experience, this human journey, it just worked.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
Have we seen it before? Yeah, I mean, not to this degree.
No.
I mean, but people make the joke about Short Circuit. Yeah, it's got some Short Circuit in there. It
does.
definitely has RoboCop in there, because the Moose looks identical to an Ed 209, and then you have the same argument of you're stealing my funding with your brother thing. It's all in RoboCop.
Right.
But it's good, and and that's where I say, like, Blomkamp can take things that we've seen before and just turn them a little bit, and then that's what I love about his filmmaking. The performances are phenomenal.
Yep.
You know, it's so funny. I saw people just hating it. And
I don't get it. I really don't. And I love that Neil's willing to ask big questions too. There's big questions about consciousness and the meaning
and religion.
The meaning of intelligence,
Sure.
artificial or not. It's really
and
really
then,
good.
Is it perfect? No. There are things in here that there's a couple we talked about earlier, some character flaws and whatnot.
Yeah,
where, like,
some consistency issues.
There's a scene where Hugh Jackman holds a gun to Dev Patel's head in the office, and then says it's a joke. And I'm like, no one's gonna think that's a joke.
Yeah,
I don't know why that had to happen.
It doesn't track.
And there's a few things that are kind of goofy. I get it, but overall, fantastic film.
Yeah.
I'm easily at 3.5 stars.
I'm 3.5 as well.
Yeah,
no question.
So that I want to go see it again, because it's one of those things I just want to experience.
Last night was a tale of two cities for us.
It really was. It was a doubleheader. We started the episode with Unfinished Business, 0 stars. But now go see Chappie, support Neil Blomkamp.
Absolutely.
3.5 stars for both of us. And that'll do it for this episode of Big Movie Mouth Off, and we will catch you next time.